The following is transcribed.
Welcome to the Bat-Supe Season 2, Preheat. Word on the street is that the new Bat-Supe hotline is starting to generate some ideas for the legal department. So that's a thing that's happening. Oh, and speaking of happening things, the Atom Man has left Superman for dead and wants to make an example of Metropolis since there's nobody to stop him. So let's tie on those capes for lots of elevator rides, plenty of negotiations, and bad guys and evildoers galore! The Atom Man is about to break bad on Metropolis, and Superman is in a place where nobody knows his name. Will the Atom Man succeed? Find out in Episode 1 of The Atom Man in Metropolis, as originally broadcast on November 7th, 1945. But first, it's...
Well, fellas and girls, we just wanted to let you know that we're still accepting applications for the Bat-Super Swell Scholarship. So get yourself an application, fill it out, and return it to your favorite grocer so it can get submitted. And where do you find those applications? Why, right on the back of the label of cans of never nutritious, definitely delicious Bat-Supe, available wherever fine podcasts are sold. You could learn a lot from a dummy.
Curtain. Music.
Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman.
faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman!
Conquered and left for dead by Henry Miller, the Nazi Atom Man, Superman lies in a coma in a country hospital. With his costume torn and burned beyond recognition, his identity is unknown, and all hope for his life has been abandoned. Meanwhile, with Superman disposed of, Miller decided to test his atomic power by destroying part of Metropolis. And late at night, he ascended to the observation tower of the Metropolis Bank Building, 105 stories above the street. Alone now on the high tower, he fastens a tiny electronic converter to his throat and dons meshed metal gloves. A maniacal gleam in his eyes, he looks down at the great sleeping city below him and reaches to throw the switch on the throat converter, to flash an electronic impulse to the deadly kryptonite atoms in his blood and send them surging in a stream of terrible atomic power through his metal-gloved fingers. Listen.
Now is the time. I will destroy part of Metropolis. Then the rest of the world will surrender to me, and Germany will rise from her ashes, and I shall be her savior.
In a moment, Metropolis, you'll be dust. Only this one building will remain of all your glory.
Throwing the switch, the Atom Man raises his curiously gloved hands, stretches them beyond the chest-high wall which surrounds the dark tower. He waits for the atomic energy to build and surge in his blood. For the first blinding white-hot flash, the avalanche of jagged green sparks, the forked lightning that leaps from his fingers. He waits 1 moment, 2, and then the first whining crackle of the deadly atomic power begins.
There it comes.
What's wrong? Where is the lightning?
Suddenly, the deadly crackling hisses and sputters out, and a look of alarm crosses the Atom Man's face. His hand flies to the switch on the throat converter, turns it again. Still, there is no flashing explosion, no snake-like green lightning. Frantically, the Atom Man turns the switch again and again, seeking for his terrible power. But he hears only the empty, futile click of the switch. And then even the radioactive hum of the kryptonite in his blood fades away. He rages, and then he gasps and pales as he remembers the warning of the brilliant, half-mad scientist who had transformed him into a human monster.
The Teufel. He said my atomic power would diminish. He said the kryptonite in my blood could be exhausted. I've got to find the Scarlet Widow. She has more kryptonite. Oh, but how? I don't know her. I don't know where she is. Wait, before I left Germany, Teufel told me something. What was it? I remember. He said there was an address stitched in one of my gloves. Someone's coming out here.
11 o'clock, mister. Gotta close the tower now, here.
Oh, it's the elevator operator. Got to get the converter and gloves off before he sees them. Okay, I'll be right with you. There, into my pocket with them. Sorry to have kept you waiting.
Oh, that's all right. I just have to see that everyone's off at the tower at 11 o'clock. Those are the rules.
I understand.
Yeah. I'll take you down, huh? Hey, you couldn't see much tonight, could you, Hank?
I didn't see what I wanted to, but I will the next time.
Descending to the building lobby, the slim, blond atom man leaves the car and walks rapidly to the street, his hat pulled low over his eyes, his coat collar muffling his chin. In the shadow of a doorway, he carefully examines his metal gloves, nods with satisfaction, then hails a taxi and is driven to a handsome apartment building in an exclusive residential section facing the park. In the foyer of a 9th-floor apartment, he gives one of his gloves to a short, slant-eyed manservant in neat, dark clothes, who disappears with it, then returns to conduct Miller into a luxuriously furnished drawing room. There, reclining on a divan, with a box of chocolates at his elbow, is a grotesquely fat man in a flowered silk dressing gown. Small, almost babyish features are set in a vast, pale, moon-like face, topped with thin, silky pink hair. As he listens, his pudgy hands constantly conduct chocolates to his tiny mouth. But as the atom man nears the end of his story, the fat man, who is known only as Sidney, pauses with a candy halfway to his lips, and his sleepy little eyes sparkle like cold blue diamonds.
Superman dead, eh? I can't believe it.
It's true.
Superman dead. My boy, if that's...
Will you stop saying if? I tell you I killed him.
Gently, Miller, gently. I'm accustomed to surprises, but this is the most amazing thing I ever heard. Amazing. All of us, were certain he could never be destroyed. We tried everything.
Well, we can forget about Superman now. I need more kryptonite, and you've got to get it for me, Sidney.
Where does one get the kryptonite?
A woman called the Scarlet Widow has it.
The Scarlet Widow?
Yes, do you know her?
Who doesn't know the Scarlet Widow? She's the cleverest woman in the world, and the most dangerous.
I don't care about that. You know where she is?
I can find out, if necessary, but you told me the Teufel had to go to your father in Germany to have the stuff dissolved. No other chemist could do it. But now your father's dead.
I helped my father when he was working on the problem. I remember the formula for dissolving it. Of course, we'll need a good chemist.
Securing the chemist won't be too difficult. But dealing with the Scarlet Widow is another matter. Very expensive.
So what? You must have plenty of money.
No man ever has enough money. And I love money more than anything in the world. Are you sure you won't have a chocolate? These are really delicious.
I said I don't want any. Look, Sidney, you don't seem to understand. Once I'm the Atom Man again, I can destroy Metropolis, London, Moscow. I can destroy all of our enemies.
I'm not interested in destroying our enemies. And destroying cities is a great ways. Cities represent wealth, and wealth is all that matters.
I'll get someone else to help me.
Go ahead. You won't get very far. Probably not even a mile from this house.
What do you mean?
Haven't you seen the papers? Or heard the radio tonight? The police and the FBI are looking for you.
Already?
Of course. That's why I think it would be wise to place yourself in my hands.
All you want is money. I have no money.
But once you have atomic power, we can get plenty of money. All the money in the world.
What do you mean?
It's very simple. Suppose you destroyed Metropolis, or at least a part of it. Yes, I think that would be an excellent idea. The world would then know our power. But instead of destroying London or Moscow or any other city, we only threaten to do so. Can you imagine them refusing to pay us anything we ask to spare them? Well, what do you say?
Fine. When do we start?
Wait. First you must pledge to follow my orders exactly. In everything. Agreed? I know that look in your eye, my friend. You think once you're the Atom Man again, you'll finish me off, as you did twice.
No, of course not.
Don't bother to lie. Let me warn you, I can protect myself even against your atomic power. Gito!
Yes, Master.
If I know you, Gito, and I think I do, you, managed to overhear my conversation with Mr. Miller.
Yes, Master.
What a rogue you are. I think that's why I like you. And am I wrong in assuming that you've already made inquiries of our people about the Scarlet Widow?
That is correct, Master.
Is she, in Metropolis, Gito?
Yes, Master.
Wonderful. Here, have a chocolate.
Thank you, Master.
Look, Sidney, let's not waste time. Let's get...
When money is involved, I never waste time. And when as much money as this is involved, money beyond counting, then I can act swiftly indeed.
What's that?
Oh, keep calm. It's only the clock. Midnight. but I'm sure the widow will be glad to see us. She loves money as much as I do. Bring my coat and hat, Cheeto, and order the car. We're going visiting.
His fat baby face beaming, Sidney removes his dressing gown and laboriously dons the greatcoat which his servant brings him. Then, panting, he waddles from the apartment with Jito and the eager Atom Man. We'll return in a moment for the tense climax of today's episode. But right now, here's a word from your announcer.
You know, a certain young lady registered a complaint with me the other day. Sure, said I'd been neglecting the girls when I talk about those swell new comic buttons that come in packages of Kellogg's Pep. We have just as much fun as the boys do, she said, wearing those smart-looking buttons on our jacket or dress and collecting all the different buttons and trading duplicates with our friends. And you know, she's right. All the gang gets a big kick out of this series of 18 different comic buttons. They're all done up in full comic strip colors on white enamel sturdy metal buttons that are so doggone smart-looking that, well, they're really on the beam. So hop to it, gang. Today, ask Mom to get you several packages of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. That's the only way you can get these new comic buttons, you know. You can't buy them, and you don't send either money or a box stop. You just look inside the Pep package for your prize. There's a prize for you in every package of P-E-P, Pep, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now back to the adventures of Superman.
As the Atom Man and the Master Spy, Sidney, are en route to the Scarlet Widow's hideout, Superman still lies unconscious in the Linwood Hospital 50 miles away. In the last hour, he has been mumbling incoherent, disjointed sentences. Near the bed in which he lies, their faces grave, Dr. Bruce, Chief of Staff, speaks quietly with Dr. Jacob Sims, a world-famous specialist summoned from Metropolis.
Adams, no.
You too would say the case was hopeless then, Dr. Sims?
I'm afraid so. You've tried all the usual shock methods to bring him out of his coma?
Yes, but not even benzodrine increased his heart action. If only his skin hadn't become impenetrable.
Yes, that's an amazing thing. The skin texture shows no sign of calcification. I can't understand it.
I can't either. But it has become impenetrable, so it's impossible to give him an injection. Poor chap, I doubt if he'll last the night. Well, it was very good of you to rush down here, Dr. Sims.
Not at all. I'm terribly sorry I can't be of more help. But it's a most interesting case.
I'll walk you to your car.
Is the verdict of the two doctors final? Is there no hope for Superman? Tomorrow's episode is tense and exciting, fellows and girls, so don't miss it. Tune in, same time, same station, and listen to The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow The Adventures of Superman, brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the grand old Kellogg Company of Battle Creek. And for other thrilling adventures of Superman, see your local newspaper. Superman is also a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC Publications.
And now, faster than a speeding bullet, it's part 2 of The Atom Man in Metropolis, as originally broadcast on November 8th, 1945.
Kellogg's Pep, the super delicious cereal, presents
The Adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
After defeating Superman and leaving him for dead on a lonely beach, Henry Miller discovered that the solution of kryptonite in his blood, which transformed him into an atom man able to generate terrific atomic power, had been exhausted in the Titanic battle. Determined to destroy Germany's enemies, Miller called on a strange fat man named Sidney, the money-hungry creator of the Nazi spy system, and told him that a woman called the Scarlet Widow possessed the only remaining kryptonite in the world. Seeing an opportunity for untold wealth, Sidney agreed to try to get the kryptonite. As we continue now, the gaunt, ugly widow and her little cockney henchman Sniggers are in their hideout behind an innocent-appearing book and gift shop in Metropolis. It is just after midnight, and both of them, contemplating a huge pile of crisp banknotes, are in high spirits. Listen.
$2 million. And when Pepper Rouse gets here, we'll have $3 million. We're rich, Widow. We're rich.
Yes, I'm a happy woman tonight, Sniggers. I've got money again. Power. And the only man who ever double-crossed me, der Teufel, is dead.
All on account of that little piece of kryptonite I copped out of the Metropolis Museum that night. Who'd ever have thought it'd bring us all this money?
I told you it would. I knew the Vulture and Papa Rausch and the Laugher would pay me almost anything I asked for the power to control Superman.
You was right, Widder. You're always right. I never seen blokes fork up $1 million so fast as the Vulture and the Laugher when you give 'em their pieces of the blooming stuff tonight. When's Papa Rausch coming for his?
He said he'd be here within the hour.
Good. Then we can hop it out of this dump. Where we go?
I was thinking of the Argentine. Fleischman writes there are lots of opportunities down there.
Hey, that sounds good to me, Widder. We'll have a high old time with all that money.
What? Someone's at the door.
Hey, must be Papa Rausch. I'll let him in.
Wait. It may not be Rausch.
It must be. He said he was coming right away.
Not so loud.
Sure it's Papa Rausch. Who else can it be?
How do I know? It might be the police.
The police?
Or some of our friends who found out we've got all this money. We are not taking any chances. Quick, help me get the money into this drawer.
All right. Nobody ain't going to take this all away from us now, sir.
There. Be careful now. Walk quietly to the door.
All I'm saying is it better be nobody except Papa Rausch.
Quiet. Stand to one side of the door. Who is it?
An old friend, widow. Sidney.
Sidney? How did he ever find us?
He can find anyone. I wonder what he wants.
Aren't you going to let me in, my dear?
Don't let him in. I don't trust that fat bloke.
I'm not afraid of him. Open the door.
No, Widder, he's smart. He's after the money. He'll steal it from us.
He won't steal it from me. Open the door.
Well, you're right, but I don't like it.
Good evening, widow. Just as lovely as ever.
And you're as fat as ever, Sidney. Close the door, Snickers.
Oh, yes. The ever-faithful Snickers. Cheerio, old chappy.
Hello, Sidney.
What brings you here so late at night?
It is late, isn't it? Well, I'll sit down if you don't mind. No. Now we get to business.
What business?
I'll come right to the point, my dear. I understand that you have some kryptonite.
How did you know?
How did I know? What a silly question, Snickers. I know everything. You were about to say something, widow.
I did have it, Sidney. It's gone now.
Gone?
Yes, I sold it.
All of it? All 3 pieces?
That's right.
You're lying, my dear.
No, she ain't. We sold
Shut
it
up,
to...
Snickers. None of his business whom we sold them to.
Quite right. If you sold all 3 pieces. But I don't believe you did.
Why?
And because, as I understand it, Kryptonite is Superman's mortal enemy. He's helpless in its presence. Yeah, of course you know this, or you wouldn't have stolen the fragment in the first place.
Who said we stole it?
Please tell this fool to be quiet.
Shut up, Snickers. Go ahead, Sidney.
You knew that you could get a tremendous price for the kryptonite from Superman's enemies. If you had already disposed of all of it, as you say, you wouldn't be hiding in Metropolis with the police looking for you.
I won't beat around the bush with you, Sidney.
It wouldn't be healthy, my dear.
I'm not afraid of you, but we've done a lot of business together, so I'll tell you the truth. I've already sold 2 of the pieces of kryptonite. The third and last piece is promised to a man who'll be here to get it and pay me for it tonight.
I knew all of it wasn't gone. I want that last piece, widow.
Impossible, Sidney. This man is too powerful to make an enemy of. I'm sorry.
No man is powerful when he's dead.
This bloke ain't dead. Hey.
I realize that, but it might be easily arranged. You see?
Now, look here, Sidney. I don't want to get mixed up with any of your Gestapo tactics. I played a long and dangerous game, and I've won. Now I intend to leave the country, safely, with my money.
And that's right, it is.
My dear widow, I assure you that if you sell the kryptonite to me, you'll be taking no chances.
I'm not so sure.
But if you don't, I doubt that you'll leave this country at all.
What?
I've told you before, Sidney, you can't scare me.
I've no intention of scaring you, my dear. I only wish to point out that unless you sell me that last piece of kryptonite, the police will be informed of where you are. And if you leave here without my permission, they'll be kept informed of your movements until they catch up with you. I think you know me and my organization well enough to realize that even you can't hide from us long.
I'll fix you.
I wouldn't try to use that knife, Sniggers, if I were you. Apart from the fact that I'd shoot you first, my man Cheeto's outside.
Cheeto?
Exactly. Well, Widow, you always think quickly. What do you say?
I think I'd enjoy killing you, Sidney.
But of course you're much too sensible to try.
Yes. All right. You win on one condition.
What's that?
You'll pay me the same price I was to get from my other customer. $1 million.
Well, that's a great deal of money.
Take it or leave it.
Oh, I'll take it. Frankly, I expect to make much, much more than that with the stuff. Much, much more. Oh, well, I must be going. Just one thing more. The man you're expecting tonight. What's his name?
Papa Rausch. You know him?
Yes, of course. If you'll open the door, please, Sniggers, I'll leave and make the necessary arrangements for Papa Rausch.
Righto. I'll be glad to see the last of you, I will.
I'll return later for the Kryptonite.
I'll be here.
I'm sure you will. Good night, Widow. Good night, Sniggers.
Smiling pleasantly, Sidney waddles through the door to arrange a murder, and so get possession of the Kryptonite, which will once again transform Henry Miller into a deadly atom man. We'll return in a moment for the startling climax of today's episode. But right now, here's a word from your announcer.
You know, gang, even if you tried, I'll bet you couldn't think of a more exciting prize than those new comic buttons from packages of Kellogg's Pep. Think of it, Superman and Orphan Annie and Moon Mullins, 18 different comic strip characters in all. And you can collect them easy as pie. You don't send in any money, not even a box top. Fact is, you can't buy these comic buttons anywhere. You just ask Mom to get you a good supply of that super delicious whole wheat flake cereal, Kellogg's Pep. Then look inside the package and see which prize you find. One of these keen new comic buttons, or a military insignia, or warplane button. It's your prize from P.E.P. Pep, made by Kellogg's of Battle Creek. Now back to the adventures of Superman.
As Sidney, the fat man, was preparing to obtain possession of the last piece of kryptonite, Jimmy Olsen, who had returned to Metropolis, has just come back to the village of Linwood, summoned by Sheriff Simpson. And as we join them, the boy reporter and the sheriff are now entering the hospital where Superman had been brought from the beach where he had been found near death after his mighty battle with the Atom Man.
Oh, who is this man you want me to see, Sheriff?
We're pretty sure this is the fellow you saw on the beach yesterday, Olsen, with Miller and Teufel. We're hoping you can identify him. Here, up these stairs.
Oh, but gosh, Sheriff, I didn't see his face.
Well, anyhow, seeing as how you was mixed up in it, might just be you know this fella. Doc Bruce and that specialist they had out from Metropolis say he won't last through the night. We'd like to know who he is so we can get in touch with his family.
Gee, the poor guy.
Yeah, this way. His room's right down the hall.
All right.
And if you can identify him, we might be able to find out what Miller and Teufel was up to, and where Miller went.
That would suit me fine. Miller's a dirty Nazi, and he's got to be caught.
Well, nobody's been able to catch him so far. Hold it. Here's the room.
Is he still unconscious?
Yeah. Ain't woke up since they dug him out of that hole in the sand. Come on, he's in that bed there. What the?
Oh, what's the matter? Hey, there's nobody in this bed.
No, he's gone.
Gone where?
How do I know? He was right in that bed an hour ago. He was unconscious, in a coma. And now he's gone.
Holy smokes. Doctor, nurse, somebody come quick. Dr. Bruce, nurse.
Startled, Jimmy Olsen rushes out into the hospital corridor, leaving Sheriff Simpson to stare incredulously at the empty bed in which only an hour ago Superman lay in a coma, his life despaired of by the physicians. What has happened? Where is the dazed and stricken Man of Steel? Fellows and girls, our story has taken a strange new twist. Tomorrow's episode is dramatic and surprising, so don't fail to be with us when we learn the mysterious fate of Superman and find out if Sidney, the sinister fat man, succeeded in obtaining the last piece of kryptonite for Henry Miller. Tune in, same time, same station, for the adventures of Superman.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Fellows and girls, be sure to follow the adventures of Superman. Brought to you every day, Monday through Friday, same time, same station, by the grand old Kellogg Company of Battle Creek. And for other thrilling adventures of Superman, see your local newspaper. Superman is also a copyrighted feature appearing in Superman DC publications.
Superman missing? And Sydney was able to strong-arm the Scarlet Widow, which is even worse news for Metropolis and the world. Meanwhile, thanks for listening. And now, your assignment, should you choose to accept it, recommend our podcast to a total stranger. There's a very good chance at least one of us will make a new friend. I hope it's both of us. Anyway, we'll see you next time, fellows and girls. Until then, up!
That faith in witchcraft is not easily abandoned is indicated by the fact that in England it continued to exercise an influence over a vast number of people for 1,200 years after the introduction of Christianity. And even today, even in America, one still finds evidence of its practices. And perhaps it will never die out until certain things stop happening, things which only witchcraft can explain.
In the medical records of the State Health Department of Ohio, where the case of the Posick brothers has been set down, there is no mention, of course, of witchcraft. Doubtless such an explanation of the affair did not even occur to Dr. Perry, the physician in the case. On the morning of January 24th, 1932, he entered his office, a bewildered and defeated man.
We've lost the Posick boy, Miss Woodford. He died this morning. I gave him every test I ever heard of. I even took x-rays from head to foot. There's nothing wrong. The boy was in perfect health, and yet he died. At least they still have their two other sons.
But the thought of Stanley Posick's death continued to haunt him. And 2 days later, he made a trip out to the Posick farm to explain to the boy's parents why he had failed.
Doctor, you have come. How did you know?
How did I know what?
My second son, Raymond, he woke up this morning, sick, almost the way Stanley acted before he died.
On January 31st, exactly 1 week after the passing of his brother Stanley, the boy Raymond, age 9, was dead.
You will not let it happen to our youngest, to our baby, Doctor.
I think I can promise you that your youngest is safe, Patsy. It can only be a poison of some sort in the bloodstream. Bacteria too minute to be observed with my instruments. So I've sent a sample of Raymond's blood to the State Health Department. In a day or so, we should...
It was just 2 days later, February 2nd, that the report from the Health Department arrived at Dr. Perry's office. But as he read it aloud to his secretary, hope and confidence went out of his voice.
Every known method of analysis has been used. There is present no trace of poisonous substance of any kind.
And you were so sure. What could it be then, Doctor?
I don't suppose I'll ever know.
And the third boy? What about him?
Who can say? I examined him last night. He seemed quite all right.
After all, there's no reason to think anything will happen to him. Especially since it isn't a bacterial disease.
You're probably right, Miss Woodford. The best thing for me to do is... Oh, will you get that, Miss Woodford?
Dr. Perry's office?
Is the doctor in?
Yes, 1 moment, please.
Never mind. I don't want to talk to him. This is Posick. Just tell him that my youngest son died during his sleep last night.
And so the Posicks were childless. And neither they, nor the doctor, nor anyone else has ever learned what it was that killed their 3 sons. If anyone were to suggest that death came as a result of a hex, a curse, or maybe a magic spell, we would laugh at the idea. And yet, unless we rely on some such explanation, what is the answer to this tragic and bewildering mystery? A mystery incredible but true.